So the Titan submersible has been found imploded at the bottom of the ocean. Hi, I'm Peter Ziobrowski with Halifax Shipping News. And this past week I was on vacation. The OceanGate Expeditions Titan submersible went missing last Sunday. I've been keeping up with the story via a very long Twitter thread, but I thought I'd take a moment to make a video covering what we know and likely what happened.
Stockton Rush, I'm the CEO and founder of OceanGate. Let's take a look at Titan. So we're coming into the sub. This is the only toilet available on a deep diving submersible. Best seat in the house. You can look out the viewport. We put a privacy screen in, turn up the music, and it's very popular. We have our control screen here, our sonar screen here, and we can put any image we want in the back. We've taken a completely new approach to the sub design, and it's all run with this game controller and these touch screens. So if you want to go forward, you press forward. If you want to go back, you go back. Turn left, turn right, go down, go up. And it's Bluetooth, so I can hand it to anybody. And it's meant for a 16-year-old to throw it around, and super durable. We keep a couple of spares on board just in case.
So what we know so far is that the Titan left the surface around 6 a.m. Sunday morning for what was expected to be a 10 to 12 hour dive to the Titanic site. It was expected back around 3 p.m. The mothership, the Polar Prince, which is a former Canadian Coast Guard icebreaker, lost contact with the Titan submersible approximately an hour and 45 minutes into the dive. From my Robert Ballard book as a kid, when the Titanic was first discovered in 1985, it takes approximately 2 hours to descend the almost 4,000 meters, 4 kilometers, to the wreck site. The Titan going missing an hour and 45 minutes in means it was almost near the bottom. We've since learned the submersible has imploded approximately 1,600 feet in front of the bow of the Titanic. Horizon Arctic, which ironically previously served as mothership for the Titan submersible, sailed from St. John with pelagic ROV, and once it arrived on scene, was able to deploy that ROV and fairly quickly found the debris field left by the Titan submersible. Large pieces were seen, including the 2 titanium end caps for the pressure vessel. The Titan submersible was fairly unique in its construction in that it consisted of 2 titanium end caps that were then bonded to a thick carbon fiber body tube. Carbon fiber is not commonly used in submersibles. One of the reasons for that is that carbon fiber is not particularly good in compression. That means when it's being squished, and vessels at those depths, thousands of pounds of pressure for every square inch of the surface. While the search was ongoing, various media outlets looked into the operations of OceanGate Expeditions and discovered that it was perhaps a questionably built submersible. Titan operates 2 other submersibles, though not rated for the same depth, and those are both externally certified by DNV. The Titan submersible, quite purposely according to Stockton Rush, the CEO, was not certified and was built, quote unquote, using aerospace practices. Of course, they seem to have forgotten the lessons of the Apollo 1 disaster, where electronics in an oxygen-rich environment sparked a fire, and the astronauts were unable to escape due to the hatch only being openable from the outside. The Titan submersible, the crew members get bolted in with 17 bolts from the outside, so even if the submersible were to surface, they wouldn't be able to get out. The search for the submersible after it was reported missing consisted of numerous vessels and aircraft. The aircraft were searching the ocean surface in case it had popped up and was floating on the surface. Canadian Air Force CP-140 Aurora was also dropping sonobuoys, listening for any noises. Some tapping was reported, but the source of that is as yet unknown. As it turns out, it was not the submersible. The U.S. Navy also has a fairly substantial undersea listening network, which they use to track submarines. And after the Titan debris field was found, the U.S. Navy revealed that they had recorded an explosion approximately when the submersible went missing, pretty much confirming that at that hour and 45-minute mark into the dive is when the submersible catastrophically failed, killing the 5 crew members on board. The media in its coverage of the missing submersible interviewed several previous crew members, I guess paying passengers, who indicated that it was kind of a sketchy operation. The whole thing is controlled by a $30 PlayStation controller. It's wireless Bluetooth. Doesn't seem to be the most reliable. Other parts of the submarine appear to have been, purchased and cobbled together with common off-the-shelf retail parts. Additionally, there was a lawsuit concerning a former employee who alleged wrongful termination after he raised safety concerns about the submersible, specifically noting that the manufacturer of the one window in it would only certify it to 1,500 meters, which is a far cry from the 4,000 meters that the submersible is meant to travel to. The manufacturer of that window required additional certification tests for that depth, and OceanGate decided not to proceed with that. There are also concerns about cracking in the carbon fiber hull, though those issues were apparently resolved. So what happened? Pressure vessels can suffer from cyclic loading, wherein the repeated stresses of being pressurized and depressurized cause weaknesses or microscopic cracks, which can lead to a catastrophic failure. This can happen with, any pressure vessel, fire extinguishers, tank cars, submersibles. It's also possible that since rather than being manufactured as one piece, the pressure hull was actually 3 pieces, with the titanium being bonded to the carbon fiber, that a failure occurred there. Or another possible cause is failure of the window given its certification status. It should be noted that the Titan submersible has successfully completed this dive numerous times since 2021. I believe they did 5 dives in 2021 and another 5 or so in 2022. And this was the 5th dive of 2023. So certainly the submersible was capable of doing the dive. What's unknown is what checks were done between dives to ensure that the hull remained safe to use at pressure when, clearly it wasn't. With the search now concluded, the Polar Prince being a Canadian registered vessel, the Transportation Safety Board Canada will be leading the investigation into this incident, and their report should be interesting reading. And if you like this video, please like and subscribe to the channel to be notified of any new videos and updates. Thanks a lot.